today we have the sweet and sour, the fabulous Karen Akunowicz from Myers & Chang. How are you, love?
I'm good, Jenny. How are you?
And I say you're sweet and sour because, well, we're all a little sweet and sour.
Yeah, a little sweet and sour, right? Depends what day you get me on.
Exactly.
Right.
And we're making something sweet and sour today.
We are. We're gonna make sweet and sour Brussels sprouts today.
Nice.
This is one of my favorite dishes. It's perfect for this time of year.
How are we starting with these Brussels
We're
sprouts?
going to start by, our Brussels sprouts are just cut in half.
Okay.
You take the bottom off, slice them right down the middle, and we're going to dress them with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. And the really important thing is when we sear these Brussels sprouts in the pan, we want to take the time to put them all face down. Line them all up pretty.
Slice side down. There we go. All right, so while the Brussels are going, what's next?
We are going to make the hot and sweet sauce. Woo. To this pot, we're going to add, to a heavy bottom pot, equal parts sugar and rice wine vinegar. Now the last thing that we're going to add, Jenny, is we're going to add crushed red pepper flakes. So I'm going to say you can add as much or as little as you want. I would say for this amount, typically 2 tablespoons. So we are going to dissolve the sugar and then reduce it for maybe 6 minutes or so. We want it to become the consistency of light maple syrup.
All right, so Karen, you just added some water. Do you always do that to your Brussels sprouts?
I do always add water because what it's going to do is it's going to get, these are pretty big Brussels sprouts as well, so it's going to get them to cook most of the way through, leave them a little bit al dente, and then as the water cooks off, the Brussels sprouts are going to recaramelize.
Sour time.
Sour time.
Okay.
So this is the other component to the dish. We have the sweet, and this is the sour. These are shallots that have been sliced really thin, and we are going to pickle them. So the pickling liquid that we're using is sugar, salt, ginger, garlic, rice wine vinegar, and a little bit of dried chili.
So what do we got here? Some funky looking cauliflower?
This is some funky looking cauliflower. This is one of my favorite vegetables in the world. This is Romanesco cauliflower, sometimes called Romanesco broccoli. We're gonna add those to the pan.
Just pour it in?
Just pour it in, about half of that. In the meantime, we are going to toast a little bit of quinoa.
Perfect, now you've cooked this quinoa already.
I cooked the quinoa already, so I brought a pot of water up to a rolling boil, added the quinoa in, cooked it for about 8 minutes, drained it and cooled it. And we're gonna add a teeny bit of olive oil to this pan, and then we're just gonna coat the bottom with the quinoa. So we'll just let that hang out until it starts to pop. We can give this guy a little toss. For the last component of the dish, which I think is so important, is fresh mint. We're just going to rough chop it.
Okay, so pretty much everything's ready to go. Now you're gonna add it all together.
Exactly. We're gonna take our Brussels sprouts and our cauliflower. We're gonna add them to a large bowl. We want the bowl to be large enough that we can toss everything in here. And take all this quinoa. You can do 2 things with this. I like to mix it right in. You can also just garnish it with the quinoa. We're gonna add some of those pickles. These shallots have been pickling for a little bit longer.
So how long are you putting these shallots in the pickling solution?
We're gonna pickle them at least overnight.
Okay.
And then they'll hold. We're gonna add a big handful of that beautiful mint. Some salt. And then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some of that hot and sweet liquid.
Woo!
And then we're just gonna toss it.
Here they are, the sweet and sour Brussels sprouts that you can enjoy at Myers & Chang.
You can.
When you head into Myers & Chang, make sure you ask for Karen. And also, people can come here to see you at the BCAE.
Yes.
We have the Big Chew event.
We have the Big Chew event. We're really excited about it.
Always a blast. Always love seeing you here. That is on March 12th, so make sure you put it in your calendar. You can get tickets, everything online at bcae.org. Time to taste. For more information and to register, visit www.bcae.org, and you can take 30% off classes with the code RECIPE.